What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in my house. This is my living room right here, and what a better day to fly indoors because I have the new EZ Pilot from Emax. It's been out for a little bit, but now this is my review on it. And perfect timing because the holidays are coming up, and most of us are flying indoors and doing a lot of tiny whoop type flying, and that's what the EZ Pilot's all about. It's mostly an indoor quad. Don't really recommend it for outside because a lot of beginners end up losing them out in the trees. So learn how to fly it in here first before you go outside. But this is what it looks like outside today. It's pretty dreary. It's raining, and if I crash on the ground, it's likely that it's going to fry the quad. So I'm going to keep it indoors, and we're going to have some fun in here. We're going to fly around the living room, starting out in the kitchen. We'll come through here, out through here, around the couch, around the Christmas tree, that lamp, the mantle, and finally back into the kitchen around this cool bar. And we also have some pretty cool gaps underneath our table that we can hit. And one thing about this quad is that if you bump into things, it does have prop guards, so a lot of times it'll bounce off. Other times it has a characteristic where it's gonna like hug onto things and then go straight down and flip over on the ground. So one caveat about that design, but pretty easy, plug and play. And I would highly recommend that you guys get one of these chargers. This is like an eSheen multi-charger for 1S batteries. It'll charge regular standard LiPos and the Emax HVs, and all the 1S HVs are 450 milliamp. They get you about 3 minutes flight time. But let's go ahead now and let's get this quad up in the air. And oh yeah, one other thing. If you have better goggles for the EZ Pilot, you'll actually see a little bit better resolution on the camera, which I figured out. So today, I did fly with the original goggles that came with it, but to be able to record any of your flights, you have to have a DVR and you have to have a micro SD card slot on the goggles, which the EZ Pilot does not have. But I'll try to put a link down below for this and a DVR that you can put on externally on your goggles for your EZ Pilot and be able to record your videos. So let's go ahead and let's get to flying. So we're gonna start you off in easy mode, and that switch is all the way forward on the right hand side. To get up off the ground, you need to flip the left hand switch up, and then you have to throttle up on the left stick all the way up, and it kind of does like this like auto launch thing. You'll see it in my next session here when we check out the easy level 2 mode, and that's going to be the next position up. But the first level doesn't let you do any flips or rolls or anything like that, and it actually doesn't let you have any yaw on the left stick where the throttle is. It actually has throttle management in there as well, which makes it a little bit easier in this mode. Now on to level 2. Level 2 seems to be my favorite one, and the cool thing about this type of indoor drone is that for the beginners, it's really important that you go easy on the sticks. It lets you slow the quad way down to do things like that, take small gaps, fly underneath chairs, a table, anything that you'd like to try. But it gets really fun and challenging because the prop guards work pretty well. You can kind of bounce off things. Like when I come through these little tiny gaps, if I just barely nudge something, a lot of times I can get away with it. If you press up against something pretty hard, this quad has a tendency to kind of like drag into it, and then it'll take it down to the ground. I'm just gonna come in here and do a little selfie there, a little mirror tap, and that's what I'm talking about, where it kind of grabs onto things. Strange effects, but I was able to get out of that one. Pretty neat seeing that quad in the mirror as you're flying it. Definitely suggest trying to do that. But flying around in level 2 is definitely where it starts to feel like a video game, and this is the coolest thing because these little batteries, they're 1S 450 milliamp, but they can get you around 3.5 minutes max flight time. All of my testing, I just put one of the batteries on there and I flew it as long as I could for you guys, and that's what I ended up getting, about 3.5 minutes. But the proximity that this little quad is capable of is quite impressive actually. I feel like I have tons of control with it, and I can kind of just explore my surroundings and give myself a little more challenges as I get more used to the sticks and the throttle control. And in this mode too, you also have a little bit of throttle control, and I almost lost it right there. And now let me show you advanced mode. This is the third position switch towards you on the transmitter on the right hand stick. And notice how much faster it does go now. It's quite a bit faster, and there's those prop guards working pretty good for me. bumping off the things. And here, since I am moving a little bit faster, when you start to move a little bit faster as a beginner, you have way less control because you're not quite used to it. And this is where you'll end up flying into your sister's hair or your mom's hair, so be careful you don't do that. These little brush motors are quite powerful and they suck hair right up into it. It's kind of crazy. You'll have to use some scissors to cut it out, but look at how much extra speed I have here, you guys. This is crazy. So much faster now in the advanced pilot mode. And in this mode, guys, you still can't do flips or anything like that. Just straight ahead flying, but it gives you full control of the throttle this time. No throttle assist on this one. This is just pure flying. Stability mode still enabled, but it gives you that feeling of having all the control on the quad, which is cool. And I was lucky I got out of that little accident. And sometimes you'll bounce into things, fall down walls, and sometimes you can just flip that left switch and take back off. This is also kind of cool because you can practice your orbits indoors, and a lot of the pro FPV guys do that. It's one of the big moves. You'll learn that a little bit later as you keep watching videos on all of our channels, but this is a lot of fun for me because this is where I feel most comfortable, I guess, as far as my flying skills go. But again, still, even I do wipe out from time to time. And back to easy level 2, I think that you'll find out that this is probably your favorite indoor mode. Advanced mode would be fun outside, but you're gonna have to have a pretty big space because it will go pretty fast. You can come up close to things and just really enjoy yourself. And I probably have about 15 of these 1S 450 milliamp batteries. Now I also have to note that flying on the second story, going up the stairs right here, and I do have a little bit of throttle assist on this level 2, and right there I just disarmed. If that happens to you, disarm and then come right back up. And I wanted to fly to the second story because I want you to see how well the video transmitter does on that second story. And there I just grabbed the wall again, so I disarmed it to let the motor stop, and I'll see if I can get back out of this. We'll be lucky if we do. Awesome. I've had to walk upstairs so many times, I can't even count. But this is a fun little spot to fly because we have these little poles on the stairs so the kids don't jump down the stairs. But it makes a nice little gap for the quad. Now I'll try to slowly bring it back downstairs. Reduce my throttle. I decided to go for one more loop. Why not? And now maybe reducing the throttle to come back downstairs, but this is about the most fun I've ever had for $100 in the house with everything all included. And the goggles, they look okay, but they will need an external DVR. It's probably the only bummer about it for me is that I wish they included an onboard DVR, but definitely a fun quad to fly. I really like it. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. This has been the EZ Pilot, and yeah, I'm off to have some hot chocolate and eat some of my holiday cake that I just made. Guys, take care. I'm Justin Davis. I'll see you on the next one.